Hello and welcome back to another episode of Cowley College News. My name is Joe Blake.
I'm Avery Bowling. First thing we have up is Arkalala. Aren't you sad it isn't happening this year?
I am, and Hannah and Annie got to sit down and talk with some of the people who made the decision to cancel it this year.
Annie and I got to chat with those in the know about the cancellation of Arkalala. Let's see what the scoop is.
I'm the Director of Auxiliary Services here at the college. I oversee the operations of the college bookstore as well as the Tiger Deli. In addition to that, I'm also the chairperson of the College Arkalala Committee. So Arkalala is Ark City's homecoming, so to speak. So I would just describe it as a big homecoming or a big celebration, a big party, celebrating Ark City and what makes our town unique.
So, due to the cancellation of Arkalala, will there be anything else happening, you know, of?
The event. Obviously, on the local level, everyone's trying to keep the health and safety of everyone in mind. And here at the college in particular, we're trying to do our best to use creative means to still stay connected and active and involved. It's really difficult to consider having a festivity during a pandemic, trying to keep people safe, but also really protecting the traditions that are surrounding our
When I first found out that it was all canceled, I was like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? I'm not going to be able to see my family. Oh. And my sister she was Queen Alala in 2018. It's kind of disappointing because I have high expectations for my family. It's also so the pressure was on me to at least try to get on the court, but it's the scholarship that matters the most to me because scholarships are great.
I'm really sad that Arkalala isn't happening this year, but I am looking forward to participating in next year's Arkalala. What are you going to miss the most about Arkalala?
I'm going to miss the food trucks the most.
I will miss voting for Queen Alala the most. Speaking of voting, Kelly and Emma sat down with a local representative to talk about why it is so important to vote.
The opportunity to talk to County Clerk Karen Madison and International Student Service Coordinator Matthew Neese on the upcoming general election in November.
Since COVID-19 hit, voting has changed. We have masks for everyone, we have sneeze guards, we have lots of hand sanitizer. After one person goes, then the worker sanitizes the area, and then another person comes up.
Student can register to vote like anyone else in the state of Kansas. You can go online, simply search Register to Vote Kansas. You have a valid driver's license or a valid state ID.
The deadline to register to vote is October 13th. There's a place so that you can have your ballot sent someplace else to make sure you fill out that mailing address. Get it in early, make sure you have that correct mailing address, and then try and vote it as soon as possible and get it sent back.
The first thing I would advise is know where your polling place is. Search for your Secretary of State's website. Know what you're voting for before you go into the polls so that you can know what to expect and you know who you want to vote for. Asking me why a student should vote is asking me why should I breathe? Because it's good for you. So I would encourage students to vote in every election.
Thank you for those wonderful tips for first-time voters. Are you registered to vote?
I'm voting this year, and I hope you are too.
Have you heard about the other events happening around campus? Student life loves to keep us busy.
Yes, and Kobe and yourself actually got a chance to check out some of the fun events that have been going on.
We are here today speaking with the Director of Housing, Lilia Bartlett.
In the future, we definitely would maybe look to do more outdoor things. The types of events that we have come from suggestions from the RAs and the residents in the building. So if students have an idea for an event, they definitely need to touch base with their RA, and we'll do our best to make it happen for them.
Thank you, Lilia, on keeping us updated on dorm activities and what to look forward to in the future.
Today we are speaking with the head of activities, Ian Allenbaugh, and Jason O'Toole about student events that we have going on right now.
We have event opportunities going on right now. There's a lot of things at the club level, whether it's math and science or PTK or even the gaming club. That's been our major push because with COVID-19 going on, we want to obviously protect the students. Big event that we're hosting with Student Life is our free movie night.
Bingo sometimes sounds like it's maybe an old person's activity. Everybody seems like they have a good time with it. When we do it at the cafeteria, a lot of students are there because they're eating, and we'll have prizes there as well. Students are always a fan of prizes. Each year we have dorm decorating doors during the Halloween time, and that's usually a big hit. Also, we're trying through social media to get the word out about these events. event. If you want to meet people, if you want to get out, if you want to have something to do that's good, clean fun with your friends, to come out to some of our activities, and I think you'll have a good time.
Thank you, Ian and Jason, for keeping us entertained while staying safe. How many of these events did you attend?
I haven't been able to go to that many events because I'm so busy with tennis, but these events look like a lot of fun, and I hope to see you all at a lot of them.
They do look like a lot of fun. There's even a haunted walk coming up this spooky season. Let's see what to expect.
Those were the normal activities. Now, time for the paranormal activities. This time of year, a whole parade of people are looking for somewhere to get their fright fix.
Fill the void left by the carnival-like atmosphere. People are looking for ways to find some cheap thrills this Halloween season. Those in search of a local legend need look no further than a little spot about 10 miles southeast of town on the Arkansas River. Rumored to host either the soul of a long-dead Boy Scout looking for the drunk driver who ended his life by causing your car to stall or appear to run out of gas. Others claim the woods in the area are home to a deer woman, complete with antlers. Rumors have long spread about satanic rituals, witches, covens, Indian chiefs, and children thrown from a bridge. If you want to spook yourself, look no further than Spooky Hollow. There is no fee to enter Spooky Hollow, however, there is no guarantee you will exit it either. For a few dollars, the Labyrinth of Terror at Winfield Fairgrounds is sure to fill your bag of screams. The haunt opens October 15th and runs through Halloween night. Doors creak open at 7:30 p.m. and slam close at 11 p.m. every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until the end of the month. Admission is $15, and according to reviews, it is worth every penny. For those who feel like traveling or visiting other places, there are a wide variety of spooky sites and locations throughout Kansas. Sally's house is considered one of the most haunted places in Kansas, and it is located in Atchison. Another great place to go is the Forest of Fear in Udall.
So, how far will you go to get scared?
I would not bring my grandmother to this event. She might have a heart attack.
Well, in case you do, lucky for you, the paramedic graduation just happened. Let's see how that went.
Curious as to how the pandemic affected the EMT program, I spoke with an instructor and a student to see what they had to say.
So the Cowley EMS program teaches everything from entry-level EMT all the way through entry-level paramedic. EMT programs are typically semester long.
I think the biggest difficulty would be staying confident, just because there was a lot going on in the world. You know, I don't know where life is going to be in 6 months, what's going to happen with this pandemic, but I still need to open the books and I still need to study. Get a support system, get a good back of either family or friends, and make sure that they know that when you're going through this, paramedic school has got to be your number one.
Despite the interference of COVID-19 this year, the EMT program continued to train top-notch Tigers.
Somebody better come and rescue me from these midterms coming up, because I am not good with tests.
I'll help you study. Congratulations to those who just graduated. I know that was very exciting for you.
Next up, we have something new brewing in the theater. They have been working very hard on their new play called Puffs.
Yes, everyone should go and support them. They've been working long hours. Kayla and Tasia got to sit down with who's been working on it and get a preview of what it'll look like.
Cowley College Theater Department has been hard at work preparing for their upcoming show, Puffs, based on the Harry Potter novels.
The synopsis of Puffs. It follows the story of one young man who learns that he is a wizard after having been orphaned. And he comes to this school where he eventually meets his two best friends. And they go on a ton of adventures together, learning magic, traveling around, and going through all sorts of trials and tribulations together. This should hopefully sound similar to the story of Harry Potter, which the play is based off of. However, it doesn't follow Harry as the main character. It follows a young man named Wayne Hopkins, who was orphaned and then had to move to America to live with his uncle Dave. He then meets his best friends, Oliver, who is a math savant who got his letter to come to magic school.
Wait, hold on, Nick. You don't want to tell the whole story.
As an assistant director for Puffs, my main role is to basically help Nick with any artistic ideas that he has. I also step in if someone is not able to be there for practice that day. I also directed a scene for Puffs. It's towards the end, it's in Act 2 called The End Begins, and is where one of our characters, Bippy, comes running in and she sings a song to our leads, Megan and Wayne.
You do not want to miss this show. To get your tickets, go to the box office or
I hope you all like Harry Potter, because I know I'm excited to go and see this play.
You know what else I like?
What?
I love the stars. Andrew got to sit down with Todd Shepard and talk about astronomy.
Have you ever wondered what your place in the universe was? Andrew Burgos got to sit down with Professor Todd Shepard to learn about all the things you can learn from looking into the night sky.
Astronomy is one of those, I think, misunderstood classes. A lot of people come into the class thinking that they're going to learn about the constellations, just about observing the nighttime sky, and it turns out when people leave, they have one of two feelings. They either feel really insignificant in the universe, or they feel really special in the universe, and sometimes a little bit of both. Because I think astronomy is just not looking up at the nighttime sky and learning the constellations and the phases of the moon. It's a lot deeper than that.
Thanks for all that wonderful information, Professor. If you have any questions about this course, contact your advisor and get enrolled soon.
I loved that piece, Andrew.
Lastly, we will have the band and choir. I went the other night and the band sounded so good.
And on the 27th, the choir will be performing for us.
Daryl Gaines and I spoke with the instrumental and choir music directors and asked them a few questions about how they're dealing with the pandemic and how it's affecting their performances.
It's been very challenging this year with regard to COVID. However, the students have been absolutely great. Every single day we come in, they sanitize their hands, they're wearing their masks. So right here you can see that we actually have brass shielding, which was made out of your basic materials, PVC piping, as well as shower curtain liners, to make sure that while they're playing together, all of those particles remain in that one confined space. We actually got a bunch of pantyhose. We can actually cut those down and slip them over the bells, and that will reduce significantly the amount of aerosols that go through the instrument, allowing for a much more sanitary, much safer environment. That, of course, along with our percussionists wearing face masks, sanitizing down every single surface after every rehearsal. We have been following these protocols, and so far our band has remained very healthy.
Well, due to COVID, we've had some slight changes. Overall, it hasn't changed too much because really making music is making music. This college has actually provided face shields for students, which is really good for vocalists because then I can actually see the shape of their mouth and how they're producing their sound. We're, of course, spacing out. Vocal music especially, we have to be a little bit more cautious because of the way that we sing, and we promote the sound that way through using more air. We have anywhere from 9 to 12 feet distance between each other. Audiences will, of course, be socially distanced when they come to the concerts. So we would recommend that if they come in a group, they sit together, but then they, of course, observe the regular social distancing regulations. We're originally supposed to have our concert on October 6th along with the concert band, but due to students being in and out, quarantining, or just isolating because they may have been exposed, we have moved the concert to October 27th. We already have a concert that evening, which is the jazz concert featuring the jazz band and the CC singers, so we're just going to join them and make it a little bit longer concert, but that way we still get a chance to perform our pieces.
I would like to thank Dr. Michael Christensen and instructor Lindsay Allen for taking the time to answer some of our questions.
Don't forget we don't have a fall break, sadly.
And don't forget that we are coming back after Thanksgiving break. I think that wraps up today's episode.
Tigers out!